My name is Casey, and I am hanging out in the studio right now and on volume.com with a very special guest joining us before Nashville Sunday night this weekend. Alicia Witt is here. Hello.
Hey, Casey.
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Thanks.
I'm so happy to be back.
Thanks for being here. We've had our warm-up rave. We're ready to go, right?
That's right.
So, Nashville Sunday. If you're on volume.com right now, you might get some extemporaneous dancing, we'll say.
That's right.
You never know. That's why you got to watch the show while you listen, right?
Yes.
Nashville Sunday night coming up Sunday. You and Ben Goldsmith. That's going to be fun.
It's my first time playing the Nashville Sunday night show.
I was going to ask because I could have sworn that you had done it once before, and everything I looked at, I couldn't actually find a date for that. So this is actually kind of doubly special then.
It is. I've been on Lightning 100 like we're doing right now
Right.
a number of times. But this is, after all the Nashville Sunday night shows I've been there in person at 3rd and Lindsley to see, this is the first time my band and I will actually be up on stage.
Well, that is so cool. Just another reason why people can't miss Nashville Sunday night coming up this Sunday, right?
Yes.
Well, let's go ahead. I mean, we're talking shows. We're very excited. I would be excited if you'd play something for us right now.
I would love to.
What do you want to do?
The moment of truth. I think I'm going to play a prayer for those of you driving home on your Wednesday afternoon. This tune is called The Conduit. Oh God, I get it now. The pieces fall dreamless to dust. In this moment I know you'd laugh at me so hard. What was I thinking of? And so it never was. Still it was all meant to be. I waited so long for you to be fearless, but you knew one day I'd see. You're not the stars or the sky or my constellation. You're not the one for all time or my destination. You're not the love of my life. You're the love that set me free. I'm finally onto it. You are the conduit. And all that time I spent too hung up on you to see straight. You stayed and waited. Oh, is this the ending? You didn't want to give away. You're not the stars or the sky or my constellation. You're not the one for all time or my destination. You're not the love of my life. You're the love that set me free. I'm finally onto it. You are the conduit, and you inscrutable, the usual which came first. Still I went tumbling down your tunnel while you remained on earth. You're not the love of my life. You're the love You are the conduit. Oh God, get it now. The pieces fall dreamless to dust. In this moment I know you'd laugh at me so hard. What was I thinking?
Lightning 100 live here in the studio and live on volume.com with Alicia Witt. I cannot explain this, but I feel underdressed now.
I think that's the loveliest compliment.
Well, there you go.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Well, you have an opportunity on Sunday night to get all gussied up.
There,
if you want.
see now, if I'm going to be there Sunday, I'm a collared shirt now. I can't do this hoodie and drawstring army pants. I'm wearing Beetlejuice socks over here. That's not going to work on Sunday at all.
Well, my band might be wearing attire like that. You never know.
Okay. Well, and maybe the big takeaway is that we're all welcome at the
You are
Alicia
all
Witt show on
welcome.
Sunday.
Bring your ears and your hearts. My favorite thing, not to be all maudlin at this moment, but just truly what I love the most in life, I think, is connecting to people through music and knowing that everyone in that room has that song in common for that moment. So whatever your opinions are, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, we're all one in this moment, covered with music, and you can wear whatever you want.
There you go. You can wear whatever you want to at the Alicia Witt Show coming up
Yes, you
Sunday.
can.
Lightning 100's Nashville Sunday night. This Sunday with Ben Goldsmith, doors at 5:30, and the show will start at 7 o'clock. And I mentioned I was kind of looking around to see last time you've been here and all that. Last time you were here, you were promoting your Christmas show. So deep into May, I guess we'll just say Happy New Year, first of all. We haven't seen you since then, so Happy New Year.
Yes.
And then you are also, one thing you're doing I think is really cool. You're pretty active on Stage It. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's such a cool thing.
I have found Stage It, which is an online platform that allows artists to give concerts to people, streaming concerts from their home all over the world. So that's my favorite thing about Stage It is in between touring, or even when I am on tour, like I kind of am at the moment, I just came back from a show in Dublin, and I played in Belfast and in Derry, joining my friend Jeff Cohen at his shows. But these are people that I've been able to play for over the years, even though it was my first time in Ireland. I've given these shows, and it's like you can play shows without actually being there, without going, without traveling.
The introduction's already kind of taken care of by that point.
And it keeps you limber, too, as an artist, and it's affordable for the audience at home.
Yeah. I guess, because I'm the one person in Nashville, I freely admit, like, I'm very comfortable on this side of things, so I don't write, play, record. I don't do any of that. But I would imagine, too, that, that having access to stuff like that now is almost like for an artist, like going to the gym. You know?
It totally is, because you can practice by yourself as much as you want, but there is nothing like putting it up in front of people.
Right.
And I feel so much more present in every aspect of my life, but also when I'm going to play a show, and I've already been playing shows for months, it just becomes like second nature. It's like that 10,000 hours theory.
Right. It was 10,000 hours to master anything, is what they say. Yeah.
Malcolm Gladwell said it.
Yeah.
And it's true,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, that's cool. We've got Alicia Witt hanging out with us here on Lightning 100. 1 week ago today, she was in Dublin. Now she's sitting here with me in Marathon Village. So, you're doing good.
Thank you. I feel that way. It's a wonderful, wonderful week.
Yeah, right on, right on. You are, and this is, for me, and if people who listen, they kind of know the stuff that I'm into. You have done something that I don't think I've ever interviewed anybody who's done this before, and I think it is the coolest thing to have on a resume. You presented a Saturn Award.
Yes, I've
never had anybody in here, and I've been at this for a minute. I've talked to a lot of people who've done a lot of interesting things. I don't even think I've talked to anybody who's been to the Saturn Awards before. That is so cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that you even know what the Saturn Awards are, because that tells me you're into the horror sci-fi world.
I am. Oh, I'm being very careful right now too, because I'm happy to meet Alicia, but I'm not looking to run into Ruth today. So just saying. But yeah, I'm very much into all that stuff.
Yeah, Ruth is somebody you'd probably do well to avoid.
I think I'm living right. So we'll see. We still have a few minutes left. So
Ruth
we'll see.
from Longlegs.
Right.
To be clear, for anyone who isn't familiar.
Right.
Yes, I got to not only present a Saturn Award, but I presented to the writer-director of our movie Longlegs.
Oz Perkins?
Oz Perkins.
Yeah.
It was his birthday, as it happened, Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
And so I was presenting the category. He won, and then Nick Cage, who was there, who was nominated and won for Dream Scenario, he came up on Oz's behalf to accept the award because Oz was away filming.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful, surreal moment.
That's cool.
And then Nick said some really kind things about my performance unexpectedly while he was accepting the award for Oz because I was standing right there. And
Yeah. And what do you do with that?
I just probably turned beet red in a beautiful way.
Some extemporaneous Nick Cage love. I mean, that's, you just, and I feel like even if like you knew him and talked to him every day, like that's just not something you see. You can't just really ever get prepared for that.
No.
That's amazing.
It meant a great deal.
And did Oz's his brother Elvis, did he do the music for the movie too?
He sure
He's
did.
a brilliant musician.
Yes.
We do all the DJs here. We do a thing called a DJ pick, where every day or every week we have a different day and we pick a song and play it all day. And I've done a couple of Elvis Perkins songs. He's
neat.
Really good. Really good.
Yeah, he is great. And the music and the soundtrack from Longlegs, I think, added so much to the clips that I've seen, which I have not. I've still to this day not seen the whole movie.
And I promise you, I really, and I'll show you my notes. I've got like no long legs on this at all, basically. I wasn't going to do like a whole long legs interview with you, but I was curious just as a fan or whatever. Like you have said pretty well, like you've made a decision, like you haven't seen long legs and likely won't. Is that correct?
I don't plan to see it.
And it's strictly like a genre, like a content thing. It's not a.
It's not because of the genre, to be clear.
Okay.
I love the kind of horror or suspense that Longlegs is. I love that kind of genre where it gets into your head. It's not so much the gore.
It's not a splattery movie at all.
No. And I've seen Oz's previous movies and I absolutely love them. It's specifically because in playing Ruth, I felt something I can't say I've ever experienced before, and certainly not for an entire movie, where it was like an entity took over my body.
Okay.
And I barely knew what voice was going to come out of my mouth.
Okay.
I just had to sort of open myself up and let her through. And more so than that, it felt like an ancestral, genetic sort of exorcism almost.
Okay.
It felt like it was a co-creation between the words that Oz had created, the character he'd written, and something else.
And so I could see where maybe that creates a situation that maybe you're not in a hurry to revisit. Is that kind of what we're saying?
No, because it was cathartic.
You're making sense to me. Yeah.
I feel like my life was infinitely freer after having played Ruth, and it was a deeply spiritual experience for me.
That almost sounds like there's a if not relief, then some type of release at the end of a process like that.
Completely. Yeah. It was so magical.
Well, that is outstanding, and I mean, we could do this about a few. I do have literally. I just have a note here in quotes, and I put things because you never know, like if you're going to need extra things to talk about. So I do have a note here that says Pine Top Boogie Gersten Hayward, but that's. Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! And I just realized I haven't practiced it.
Oh my god!
Shoot! What am I gonna do?
Yes. And wherever she is, wherever she wound up, we hope Gersten is doing well
I hope
right
she
now.
is.
I hope so too. You have no idea. Thank you for that. That's absolutely amazing.
Thank you for asking.
Oh, no. I have a friend of mine who he's bragged for years that he once got a Chris Isaak album, and he signed it Agent Chet Desmond.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I think I win now. So thank you. That is amazing. Alicia Witt hanging out here, and we're talking all things Alicia Witt. We got Gerstens and Ruths, and it's all just happening all over the place. You have mentioned, because I feel like we should probably, try to sell a ticket for Nashville Sunday night at some point. You mentioned your band a few times.
Yeah.
Shout out your band.
Toby Caldwell on the drum kit and the vocals, backup vocals, and Amanda McCoy, who will be playing. We just had the most fantastic rehearsal, and Amanda plays bass and sings with me, so it's a power pop trio, but she also is bringing out the beautiful upright bass, which is 100 years old. And that's the luxury of doing a show here in our hometown. This is the band that I toured with for my Christmas album release, and we're going to be doing another Christmas tour this year. But of course, on the road, you're not going to bring your 100-year-old.
Generally, probably not a good idea.
But here we are in our hometown, so we're all bringing out all the stops, and rehearsal went so well. We are going to be all over the place in the hour that we have. We have songs from my earliest album right up to the most recent one. I'll be doing a few tunes with Ben Goldsmith, who's going to join me again during my set.
And he's really good. He's just phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Yeah. I can't wait to hear his set before me at 7. And I'm also going to play a few tunes that I've never played before at a live show that are going to be on my next album, which I'm preparing to start recording.
Okay. Are you trying to make the degree of difficulty like as hard as possible? Like just songs you haven't done and the whole thing? I mean,
there did come a point during rehearsal where I looked at them and I was like, is this nuts? We are going to be live on the radio.
Yeah.
But they both said, we love this song. Let's go for it.
There you go.
Like, okay, I love it too.
It's officially unanimous, which doesn't happen in anything musical that often. So
that's right.
Jump in, right?
This band and I felt like a band from the first song that we ever rehearsed together for Christmas rehearsals last year.
That's rare, isn't it?
It is rare.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of different bands over the years, and I love these two. They are the best. And Toby's little girls, we rehearsed at his home studio, and his little girls came out and they started dancing to the tunes. So that also gave me extra energy. And I thought, okay, we're on to something.
Maybe this might work. This might work. Right on. All right. Well, I know Nashville Sunday night's coming up on Sunday. I want to talk some more about that, get you to play more music and all that. Before I ask you to play another song, I need, or if anyone needs, do you have any tips for growing spinach?
Yes, I do.
Because, your spinach looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have two easy tips.
Okay.
One is I love to put down mushroom compost.
Okay.
It's the compost that was used to grow mushrooms, and you can get it at Bates Nursery here in Nashville.
I know Bates,
they make an organic mushroom compost. So I haven't put down fertilizer all year so far. I just laid down a 1 to 2 inch layer of mushroom compost over the winter months. So the sun starts baking it in, and it puts all the nutrients into the soil, and then you mix it up before you're ready to start planting. And my other tip is, and this is relevant right now, if you have spinach in your garden, you'll see it starting to grow little flowers. Don't pull that spinach.
Leave them be.
Keep it in the ground. Keep at least 2 or 3 plants and let those plants go to seed. Keep them in all the way through the flowering process until they get the little tiny seeds on them, and then capture those seeds. And the seeds will have all of the information that the mother plant learned growing in your specific environment, and you will have the best spinach you've ever had, which is how I grew my spinach this year.
Well, there you go. And always wrap your figs. There you go.
I love that you are learning all this from my Instagram.
I paid attention. There you go.
I am such a geek.
There you go.
The best way about growing things, yeah. I could spend an hour just giving you advice.
Before we wrap up this episode of Growing with Alicia, would you play another song for us, please?
You bet. This one's called Chasing Shadows. It describes a real life first date that took place a month after we met. Friday stood still. Parked in the lot and we met at the subway, laughing 'cause nobody does that in LA. A handwritten map for a guide. We watched as our station went by, and we didn't see we were already wrong, connecting the dots where the lines don't belong. Too late to stop, we were already off and running. Chasing shadows, racing back despite the time, tracing jagged lines. We were broken long before we took that ride, chasing shadows, you and I. Summer in downtown, sandals and sneakers. The bar had a dress code, we couldn't believe it. So we strode off into the night under a strawberry sky. And everyone told us we looked so in love, so we kept falling down, and we never came up to the sound or the speed of our history repeating itself. Chasing shadows, racing back despite the time, tracing jagged lines. We were broken long before we took that ride, chasing shadows, you and I. Nobody sees you when everyone's looking, hiding in plain view. Sometimes you need to forget where you came from to fall where you belong. Chasing shadows, racing back despite the time, tracing jagged lines. We were broken long before we took that ride, chasing shadows, you and I. Friday the 13th, nobody noticed. It was exactly a month to the moment when all of the world stood still.
Lightning 100, and that's more live with Alicia Witt for Nashville Sunday night coming up this Sunday. Doors at 5:30, show starts at 7. It is Alicia Witt with Ben Goldsmith. I understand Ernest may be making an appearance. Is that correct?
He will.
He will?
My sweet, amazing dog.
Right on.
He will be most definitely coming out for the encore, if not before.
Okay, right on. So so straight away, you can wear whatever you want to, and Ernest will be there. I mean, I don't know what else we could say at this point, you know? If people want to find, tour dates, merch, maybe one of those sweet What Would Ruth Do t-shirts, where can we find all things Alicia Witt?
It's all at AliciaWittMusic.com.
It's almost too easy. If it was any simpler, it'd ruin it, right? Thank you so much. I'm sure we will do this again, and safe travels to you.
Thank you so much.
Going to come right back in just a minute. How about The Head and the Heart coming up next on Lightning 100?